শিক্ষা, সাহিত্য, সংস্কৃতি কিংবা জজ, ব্যারিস্টার, ডাক্তার, ইঞ্জিনিয়ার, ব্যবসা, নানাভাবে নানা ক্ষেত্রে আমাদের কমিউনিটির মানুষেরা আলো ছড়াচ্ছেন, আলোকিত করছেন আমাদের পুরো কমিউনিটিকে। নিজ নিজ অবস্থান থেকে সফল সেই সব আলোকিত মুখ, আলোকিত মানুষদের নিয়ে আমি বিলাল বদর আসছি বিয়ন টিভির পর্দায় আমার নতুন অনুষ্ঠান আলোকিত মুখ নিয়ে। চোখ রাখুন বিয়ন টিভির পর্দায়।
কমিউনিটির আলোকিত মানুষদের নিয়ে বেলাল বদরুলের সঞ্চালনায় আলোকিত মুখ দেখুন পাক্ষিকভাবে শুধুমাত্র বিয়ন টিভিতে। প্রযোজনায় শিপন আহমেদ।
BEONTV UK for the community by the community.
অন্যায়, অত্যাচার, অবিচার, রাজনীতি, অর্থনীতি, সংস্কৃতি, ধর্মনীতি কিংবা দুর্নীতি প্রাসঙ্গিক হয় নিয়মের জালে যা অপ্রাসঙ্গিক, যা আপনি বলতে চান, আপনারা বলতে চান, এসবেরই সমসাময়িক প্রেক্ষাপট নিয়ে আপনাদের সরাসরি অংশগ্রহণে আমি রিয়াদ আহাদ বিয়ন টিভির পর্দায় আসছি নতুন অনুষ্ঠান নিয়ে। আমিও বলতে চাই, আপনারা বলবেন, আমরা শুনব।
রিয়াদ আহাদের সঞ্চালনায় কমিউনিটির নানা বিষয় নিয়ে ভিন্ন মাত্রার অনুষ্ঠান আমিও বলতে চাই দেখুন প্রতি সপ্তাহে শুধুমাত্র বিয়ন টিভিতে। প্রযোজনায় শিপন আহমেদ।
BEONTV UK for the community by the community.
সাহিত্য হচ্ছে সমাজের দর্পণ। সমাজের বিভিন্ন শ্রেণী পেশার মানুষের হাসি, আনন্দ, রাগ, অনুরাগ ইত্যাদি হচ্ছে সাহিত্যের বিষয়। আর এই সব বিষয় নিয়ে বিয়ন টিভি ইউকেতে আমার উপস্থাপনায় শুরু হচ্ছে সাহিত্য বিষয়ক অনুষ্ঠান সাহিত্য চিন্তা।
নোমান আল মনসুরের সঞ্চালনায় সাহিত্য বিষয়ক অনুষ্ঠান সাহিত্য চিন্তা দেখুন পাক্ষিকভাবে শুধুমাত্র বিয়ন টিভি ইউকেতে।
Assalamu alaikum everybody, my name's Asma Choudhury and welcome to my show Family Time. Today I will be discussing the topic around cooking. In fact, the title of my show is Cook What You Love and Love What You Cook. For a lot of us, we like cooking, and certainly for me, I enjoy cooking, and cooking is my favourite hobby. But I'm not going to talk about my hobbies, and I'm not going to talk about my cooking. In fact, I've got a very special guest here with me today. She has recently been on national TV, someone we as Bengalis are very proud of, and seeing her on BBC. She is actually a MasterChef Quarter-Finalist on MasterChef, and her name is Fateha Khanom. So let's go to my guest. Assalamu alaikum, sister.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Brilliant. Would you like to introduce yourself to our audience today?
Yeah, I'm Fateha. I appeared on BBC One, MasterChef UK, and I became a MasterChef Quarter-Finalist.
Brilliant. And also, don't forget, that's of like, not only did you appear on MasterChef and you became a quarter-finalist, it also marked the 20th anniversary of MasterChef. So that's a very big milestone for you as well.
Yes, definitely.
Brilliant. So tell us something about yourself and to the audience. What's your profession?
Okay, I've been a secondary school teacher for about, it's my 19th year in teaching. And I've been teaching for a long time now, but I've always had a passion for cooking, especially home cooking, and I wanted to pursue and see where my hobbies can take me. Hence, I applied for MasterChef.
And was cooking always your passion from a very young age?
Yes, I've always had a passion for food, always trying new things, but cooking Bengali food has always been the heart of cooking for me.
And was cooking one of your subjects at school?
No, not really. I didn't really cook much at school. It was more at home cooking, watching my parents cook, watching my father cook. Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. So why did you apply to MasterChef and what inspired you to do it?
I applied for MasterChef because I wanted to show British cuisine has changed, especially British Bangladeshis can actually cook different types of food. As South Asian, Bengali food is quite different to what you have in the restaurants, but I wanted to show what we eat at home
Yeah, the traditional Bangladeshi
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
Yeah. So tell me what happened on the day you got the telephone call.
I was absolutely in shock. I didn't think that I would get through the audition. So yeah, I was really, really pleased, very nervous, but I was very excited for this new adventure ahead.
What was you doing at the time when you got the telephone call?
I was shopping. I was shopping, food shopping, and then I got the call, and then I was just like in shock. I really was in shock.
I hope you didn't have a box of eggs with you.
No, no eggs. no.
Yeah. So, you know, you got your call. So what's the first thing you did when you got home?
I told my husband, I told my mum, and I started to just practice cooking.
Yeah.
Lots of different variety of dishes, which my husband loved because he was eating and eating.
Yeah. So you got home and you sort of like you told was your husband at home?
Yeah. I told my husband, and he was in shock as well. But we were really excited, and he was really proud of me that I got this far. So yeah.
And how about your how about your family, your mother? And
Yeah.
your
My mum,
siblings?
she was very happy.
Yeah.
As well. So yeah.
Yeah, were they sort of like all geared upstairs? Was it a countdown for you in your household then for MasterChef?
Yeah.
To come? Yeah. So, so as you said, after the initial shock, you started to sort of like plan and cook. Okay, and so you planned lots of dishes, you baked lots of dishes. Who were your guinea pigs?
My husband and my two children, my daughters, they were absolutely loving it. My youngest was so happy that I was baking. She kept thinking that I'm opening a bakery shop. But they really enjoyed it because I just kept having variety of foods. And at the time, my daughters didn't know I was entering MasterChef.
Yeah.
So they were just like really confused.
Yeah. Did they know that you was coming on MasterChef, or did you keep that a secret and a surprise for them?
Yeah, it was literally, I wasn't allowed to tell anybody apart from my husband. And I told my mum. My children didn't know until they seen the trailers on TV.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So it was a big secret.
Oh, was it?
For a long time.
Oh, brilliant. So let's talk about the show that you got on. Yeah. So you walk into the MasterChef kitchen.
Yeah.
And you see the two most familiar faces from MasterChef, John Turod and Greg Wallace.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you looked at them? And was this the first time you met them though in the kitchen?
Yeah. So it's the first time you only see them in the kitchen.
Yeah.
When I walked into the kitchen, I was so nervous, but I was so excited as well because I just thought this is like a dream come true for me to enter that kitchen because I've been watching the show for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And to be in the kitchen, in the studio with them was an amazing experience.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
How nervous were you?
I was really nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were very nice judges as well.
Yeah, and I suppose all your contestants were probably nervous as well.
Yeah, we're all in the same boat, so we all support each other as well.
Oh, brilliant. So were you allowed to plan your dishes at all or your menu, or was it on the spot thinking?
Some of them we had to think ahead and try to plan, but the challenge test was on the spot. We did think.
Okay. So the first task was basic to brilliant, where you cooked a traditional Bengali menu. Can you tell our audience what you cooked for your first task and what your traditional Bengali menu was?
Yeah, I cooked. It was a pilau rice. I did lamb with chatgora curry. I did a dal, tomato salad, and a rice flour roti as well.
Very traditional dishes, especially the saulur guri roti. I mean, to us is the rice flour roti, and to us is saulur roti.
I wanted to show Bengali traditional food on the first round, and our rotis are different to what you have in a restaurant. And saulur guri roti is delicious.
Yeah, it is. than the normal chapatis that
Yeah,
you'd make
yeah.
and the normal parathas that you would make.
Yeah.
And how about the other dishes? Like, you know, so why did you choose chatura?
I wanted to show Sylheti type of fruits that we have, and I want to show that our types of different varieties of fruits and vegetables in our cuisine.
Right, okay. I mean, sort of like, did you have a plan B, or was that was
No, that was it.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you was cooking that, did you know that you was cooking that, or did you had to think on the spot at that time?
No, I knew I was going to cook that.
You knew you was cooking. Oh, good.
Yeah.
So sort of like at least you was a bit prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously you had to take your chatura in and your like meat and everything, your own ingredients in, or did they provide the ingredients for you?
It was part and part.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you use the fresh chatura or the frozen ones from the shop?
Oh, fresh. Can't do frozen.
Yeah, fresh is all the way though. I
Yeah.
think the fresh is the best thing to sort
Yeah.
of like, you know, use. And what were you thinking though? You've cooked your dishes,
Yeah.
okay, and it's all there now. You're going to go and present it to John and Greg. What are you thinking when they were trying? You know, they're
Yeah.
trying your like.
I was
food.
really nervous.
Yeah.
About it, but yeah, I'm glad I just got through it.
Yeah, because they did like your chatura and lamb though.
Yeah.
I mean, like, you know, they really enjoyed it, and the flavoursome made it really flavoursome there, didn't they?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's just a different fragrance, isn't it?
yeah, and they really enjoyed the saluguru roti though. You know, the rice flour roti. Yeah. Did they say anything to you after the show, like, you know, about the saluguru roti, like, you know, was there any?
No.
Yeah.
We just, what you see is in the kitchen, and that's it.
And that's it. Yeah. So after you did your technical, after that you did your technical test.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you saw the ingredients on the counter.
Yeah.
Okay. And the set of ingredients. And what was you asked to cook?
Gnocchi. And I really didn't know what gnocchi was. My knowledge of Italian food was pizza, pasta, spaghetti bolognese. I didn't know what gnocchi was at all, but I managed it. And in my head, I was thinking.
So let me stop you there then.
Yeah.
For our audience, right? Do you want to tell the audience what gnocchi is?
It's basically, I thought it was soy fita. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's soy, but it's made out of potato and flour.
Yeah.
Gnocchi is, but yeah, and I had to try and figure that out. I made it, and then I had to pair it up with something. So I was thinking, what can go with that? And I was thinking Italian, but at the same time, what's Bengali? And I just thought, like a tomato sauce, like a tomato tenga. I'll just do that.
Yeah. So,
and they liked it.
so you basically make a tomato tenga tarhari out of like gnocchi.
Yeah.
And they did say though, because obviously, you know, for us in our household, I'm sure for everybody else's household, like, you know, we all watch MasterChef, and especially when we see an Asian person, it's quite very proud. And especially when we saw somebody Bangladeshi and a Sylheti person, we were glued to the TV. And like, you know, when like I think it was John Turode who had said, oh, sort of like, this is like an Italian pasta tomato base. And I'm thinking, no, it isn't. She's tried to make the Bangladesh.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of similarities between, you know, Italian and Bengali food as well. So I was quite proud of that moment.
Yeah, brilliant. We were proud of it. We were proud also. So you know, when you cooked your tomato tenga or tomato shira out of it, did you use any Italian base, or did you use the traditional Bangladeshi base?
It's whatever was given to me. So I did just basically use. I tried to use as much Bengali spices and ingredients. As well.
And they absolutely loved it though, and that sort of like,
they
that
did.
got you your apron, didn't it?
It did. It saved me.
It saved
It saved me, yeah.
The good old tomato tenga saved you. So how did you feel once you got your apron? Who did you phone first?
I was relieved. I was so relieved. I spoke to my husband that evening, and he was really proud of me. I was just over the moon. I got the apron.
You got the apron.
Yeah.
How about your kids?
They didn't know.
Didn't they?
No, they didn't know. They didn't know until they watched the trailer on TV.
When it actually came on TV?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't know.
Okay. That's interesting. Brilliant. So you went on to the third episode, was it, or second episode, where again you cooked for last year's finalists.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So again, another traditional Bengali menu.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to tell our audience what you cooked?
Yeah. So in this round, I cooked for last year's last year's finalists, and I cooked. It was a homage to my father. As a starter, I did a mackerel satni, mustard, mayonnaise, and an aloo chop. And then for mains, I did mukhi with fish, haddock fish curry, and I also did a bengoin borta with rice.
Okay, now
Yeah.
mukhi was quite brave.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, okay, haddock with potato, because everybody knows potato.
Yeah,
But with mukhi,
yeah.
that was quite brave, because it could be something that some people know alike.
Yeah.
Some people probably won't
Yeah.
like it. Why mukhi?
Yeah, but I wanted to show we can have British Bengali dishes. So having a British fish, haddock, you can pair it up with Bengali vegetables
Yeah.
as
yeah.
well.
So, did you think about using that mukhi?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Yeah, you wanted to use the mukhi,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I wanted, with every round, I wanted to have a little bit of Bengali influence.
yeah. So the first round was shatra round. This round was like your
Yeah.
star. I suppose your star vegetable was mukhi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Did you use the frozen stuff or the fresh?
Oh, fresh.
All the way.
All the way fresh. Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, because the judges, they absolutely loved your dishes, especially
Yeah.
like, you know, last year's finalist as well. When you saw the menu of the mukhi and the fish, he was going, oh, this should be really nice and spicy,
yeah.
and all that stuff. And like
Yeah.
it came through though, didn't it?
Yeah, it
I
did.
mean, obviously you didn't get to see the feedback. I think
Yeah.
maybe when you watched the show afterwards, you got to see.
Yeah.
But we got to see what they fed back, and it
Yeah.
was really positive feedback.
Yeah,
How did you feel?
I was so relieved. I was really happy because that round was for my late father. So, you know, these are the dishes that I grew up watching him cook or eat at home. But these are the things that he didn't really cook when he was cooking at his restaurant. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Especially the mackerel satay though, I suppose,
Yeah,
because like this
that's
is sort of like, you know, traditional homemade.
Homemade, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was one of the ones. And my dad used to love mustard and fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, so making a mustard mayonnaise with the mackerel satay was like, yeah,
Yeah.
it was really good.
So, did you have enough time though to make all this? Because obviously, with like things like mackerel satay, because how much time did you have? Was it 1.5 hours?
That was an hour and 15, I think it
Is
was.
it? So, do you have enough time?
Well, no, sorry, that was hour and a half, yeah.
Yeah,
hour and a
because you
half.
had to sort of like, you know,
I had a
obviously.
starter and a...
Yeah, because like especially with the fish, you've got you know, to make the masa satay,
Yeah.
the fish satay, you've got to like fry
Fillet
it,
it.
fillet it,
Yeah.
pick out the bones,
Yeah.
and then did you have
Yeah.
enough time to do that?
I managed it.
Yeah, well you did.
I did do
obviously.
it, yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. So, yeah, I managed to. It's just
Yeah.
practice.
And you kept on smiling, and then you know.
Do you know what? Sometimes it's like a coping mechanism. Just keep smiling. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really thoroughly enjoyed that round. It was really good. Yeah.
Did you panic at all?
During the round,
Yeah.
I think the nerves kicked in.
Yeah.
But I wasn't panicking because I knew what I was doing. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't panic.
Yeah, no, that's really good, and sort of like that is really good. So let's go around to the third round, the quarter-final round, where it's the critic round.
Yeah.
Now, oh my goodness, it was, you know, one of the greatest critics of MasterChef, William Sitwell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if I had to cook for William, I would be really nervous.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So, how did you feel when you saw?
I was nervous
Was
because
you?
I think everybody in the studio was nervous in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It was very nerve-wracking cooking for him because he's so well known. He's a renowned critic. So
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
And what did you cook for him?
So for that round, I cooked a finley tart with a raspberry coulis and an almond crumb, and I also did a Victoria sponge cake with vanilla custard.
Okay, and unfortunately that round didn't get you through to the second heat though, did it?
It didn't get me through to knockouts.
Yeah, through to knockouts, yeah. Why did you choose the Finley tart?
I wanted to show my baking skills.
Yeah.
I wanted to show, because I did a lot of mains and starters, I wanted to show that I could do desserts as well. So I wanted to show different types of skills.
Would you have done anything different now looking back?
Maybe do a main again. I don't know. I can't really think about what could I have done because it's done now.
Yeah.
I don't regret
Do you
it.
ever reflect though? Do you ever reflect back to any of those episodes as, oh, maybe I should have like done that, or you know?
No, not really, because it was a
No.
once
No
in a
regrets,
lifetime. Yeah, once in a lifetime opportunity. I'm never going to do it again.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed it. I don't have any
Yeah.
regrets now.
No. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and once in a lifetime sort of like, you know, the wow factor there for you being on the MasterChef.
Yeah.
And something to be really proud of as well, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So let's go back to your first episode then.
Okay.
Okay, because you're actually cooking with, you know, with Bryn.
Oh,
Who actually
yeah.
became the MasterChef winner of 2024.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel that you was actually in the same kitchen with him, the same studio, competing against him?
Yeah. It was amazing because he's a lovely guy.
Yeah.
And I just feel proud. I'm really proud of him. And I felt like it was an honour to be in the same kitchen as him as well.
Yeah.
And everyone's so supportive.
Yeah.
You don't feel like you're competing against each other.
Yeah.
You just become family.
Yeah, second family, I suppose. Yeah. And what did you think about his cooking?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Any tips that he picked up from you, do you reckon, or you picked up from him?
We didn't have time to look
No.
at each other's dishes, so it was very quick.
Did you all like taste each other's dishes at
No.
all? No, you didn't
No.
get the chance to do
No.
that. So what did they do with all the food that was being cooked? Obviously not everything got finished. What used to happen with the food?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I think they should just eat it.
Yeah. So I suppose John and stuff like Greg, they've got a massive appetite to sort of like to eat everybody's plates. I mean, like me and my daughter, we sit there and think, oh, how do they manage to eat all that?
Yeah.
But it must be such lovely food that you know you
Yeah.
get to, and the smell in that and the aroma in that kitchen must be phenomenal.
Yeah, definitely. It was amazing. It's a good experience.
Yeah, brilliant. So do you still keep in contact with the other contestants?
We're all on Instagram or on social media, so we do try and support each other as much as we can.
Yeah, and
So,
like, you know, do you call each other up or anything like that?
Yeah, we've had a few conversations. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant. So, MasterChef now, and sort of like after you finish MasterChef, obviously nobody knew.
Yeah.
You're a teacher. Okay,
Yeah.
so you walk into the school.
Yeah.
What was your students?
Oh, they were all in shock. They were all in shock, but very proud.
Yeah.
As well. So yeah, it was a good experience.
Yeah. So why have you been choosing Bangladeshi dishes? Like, I know you said that you want to showcase off your, you know, the culture. What is it? Just Bangladeshi food that you want to showcase off, or is it other types of cuisine?
I cook a wide range of dishes at home. It's not just Bengali food, but I did want to focus on Bengali food because you're on national TV and you want to be seen doing something a bit different to others. So that's why I chose Bengali dishes. But yeah, I do like to look at other, especially like British food, as well as Bengali food as well.
Yeah. During your process of MasterChef, were there any challenges that sort of like you faced, or were there any barriers that you had?
The challenge was the gnocchi. That was it, really. That was my biggest challenge, something that I didn't know. But I'm glad I got through that. So yeah.
No barriers at all.
No.
And do you reckon, you know, our concept, because you want to keep the Bangladeshi cuisine alive, you know, people like yourselves.
Yeah.
And I think we should. Because do you reckon sort of like we're losing that concept of the Bangladeshi menu in this present day and age?
I hope not.
Yeah, I know.
No, because I think my parents came here in the 70s or 60s. My father came, and at that time, or even before that, you know, a lot of Indian restaurants were owned by Bangladeshis, but we were classed as they're cooking Indian food. But now a lot of Indian restaurants now are cooking Bengali food as well. So you do have that option as well, but it just needs to be a bit more, like a bit more out there, really, a bit more advertised. That we can cook.
Yeah, because your father was a restaurateur, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was a head chef. At his own restaurant. So I think that's what inspired me to cook, and to see him cook dishes, but then come home and he eats Bengali food, but he doesn't serve what he eats at home to the public.
Because I suppose the cuisine in a restaurant is far more different to sort of like to cater for the palate of the serving customer rather than like, you know, what we have at home. Yeah, definitely. But
it's just educating people, really, of, you know, you can have different types of cuisines.
And why do you think sort of like the restaurateurs wouldn't want to, like for example, what you've just what you've come up with your menu? Why don't you think that restaurateurs won't have stuff like that on the menu, like the way you? I mean, there are some like you know, restaurants that in the sort of like the Asian areas, like we do have some restaurants that do have things like bortas and satnis. But on a mainstream, like say a restaurant, like say up in town or a Michelin star restaurant, they wouldn't have things like bortas or satnis and stuff like that. Why do you reckon people won't have things like that?
Maybe it's something that just needs to be introduced.
Yeah. Is this something that you'll be looked to be doing?
No. I'm more into, my passion is home cooking and teaching the next generation, especially my daughters, to cook at home. And eat. There's so much benefits from cooking from scratch and eating at home rather than always going out to eat. And there's a lot more flavoursome and there's a lot more love in home cooked food. So my plan is to continue with home cooking and teaching the younger generation Bengali food, and not to lose touch with our culture and our heritage.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, sort of like, you know, but there's so many shortcuts these days there, isn't there? There's so many. I mean, I remember years ago when I was, this was, I'm talking about years ago, where one of my managers at work, and like she was an English lady, she used to say, oh, I went home and cooked a curry. She always used to say that. And I'm thinking, that's really good, because like, you know, when I go home, like, you know, for me to cook a curry, it takes me well over an hour, because you've got to go home, peel your onions, do the ginger, do the garlic, and then cook. And she keeps going, it's like she's saying that she goes home every day and she cooks a curry. And in the end, I asked her, I said, oh, Vicky, how do you cook your curry? You know how she used to cook the curry? The pataks curry sauce. So we don't, you know, as you says, we don't want to lose that, you know, because our Bangladeshi cooking is actually cooking right from scratch and using the fresh ingredients. But there's so much shortcuts these days. What do you think of that?
Yeah, well, like I said as well, I'd like to just look at cooking fresh. And making sure that, you know, we are using fresh produce, fresh ingredients as well. I think there's more flavoursome in that as well.
And maybe locally sourced produce as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because, do you use a lot of tomatoes in your cooking?
No. Not always, unless it's a tomato tenga.
Well, anyway, we're going to go for a short break and then we'll come back. So stay tuned, everybody. We're going to come back and we're going to talk to Fateha even more. So see you all in a bit.
শিক্ষা, সাহিত্য, সংস্কৃতি কিংবা জজ, ব্যারিস্টার, ডাক্তার, ইঞ্জিনিয়ার, ব্যবসা, নানাভাবে নানা ক্ষেত্রে আমাদের কমিউনিটির মানুষেরা আলো ছড়াচ্ছেন, আলোকিত করছেন আমাদের পুরো কমিউনিটিকে। নিজ নিজ অবস্থান থেকে সফল সেই সব আলোকিত মুখ, আলোকিত মানুষদের নিয়ে আমি বিলাল বদর আসছি বিয়ন টিভির পর্দায় আমার নতুন অনুষ্ঠান আলোকিত মুখ নিয়ে চোখ রাখুন বিয়ন্ড টিভির পর্দায়।
কমিউনিটির আলোকিত মানুষদের নিয়ে বেলাল বদরুলের সঞ্চালনায় আলোকিত মুখ দেখুন পাক্ষিকভাবে শুধুমাত্র বিয়ন্ড টিভিতে। প্রযোজনায় শিপন আহমেদ।
BEONTVUK, for the community, by the community.
অন্যায়, অত্যাচার, অবিচার, রাজনীতি, অর্থনীতি, সংস্কৃতি, ধর্মনীতি কিংবা দুর্নীতি, প্রাসঙ্গিক হয় নিয়মের জালে যা অপ্রাসঙ্গিক, যা আপনি বলতে চান, আপনারা বলতে চান, এসবেরই সমসাময়িক প্রেক্ষাপট নিয়ে আপনাদের সরাসরি অংশগ্রহণে আমি রিয়াদ আহাদ বিয়ন্ড টিভির পর্দায় আসছি নতুন অনুষ্ঠান নিয়ে। আমিও বলতে চাই, আপনারা বলবেন, আমরা শুনবো।
রিয়াদ আহাদের সঞ্চালনায় কমিউনিটির নানা বিষয় নিয়ে ভিন্ন মাত্রার অনুষ্ঠান আমিও বলতে চাই দেখুন প্রতি সপ্তাহে শুধুমাত্র বিয়ন্ড টিভিতে। প্রযোজনায় শিপন আহমেদ।
BEONTVUK, for the community, by the community.
সাহিত্য হচ্ছে সমাজের দর্পণ। সমাজের বিভিন্ন শ্রেণী পেশার মানুষের হাসি আনন্দ, রাগ অনুরাগ ইত্যাদি হচ্ছে সাহিত্যের বিষয়। আর এই সব বিষয় নিয়ে বিয়ন্ড টিভি ইউকেতে আমার উপস্থাপনায় শুরু হচ্ছে সাহিত্য বিষয়ক অনুষ্ঠান সাহিত্য চিন্তা।
নোমান আল মনসুরের সঞ্চালনায় সাহিত্য বিষয়ক অনুষ্ঠান সাহিত্য চিন্তা দেখুন পাক্ষিকভাবে শুধুমাত্র বিয়ন্ড টিভি ইউকেতে।
Welcome back everybody to my show Family Time with Asma. We were talking about the concept of cooking and love what you cook and cook what you love, and I've got the MasterChef Quarter-Finalist with me talking about her passion about cooking and her time on MasterChef. So let's go back to our lovely guest here, Fateha. Hi Fateha, have you had a sort of like break and I hadn't sort of like, you know, talked too much and
Yeah.
but we were talking about like, you know, your passion for cooking, and we talked about, you know, what you cooked and all that stuff. So how about times like Eid? I suppose everybody likes to come to your house because you may have had a big selection. So what do you normally cook for Eid then? Is it a mixture of traditional handesh, borafita, or do you do something different?
No, Eid is always a lovely time. It is we have lots of family gatherings and stuff, so you know we all have to do our bit of cooking. Or I enjoy making the snacks, so making the naikul fob or the handesh, the nunur bora, those types of things, the samosas. I like to keep it traditional, and Eid breakfast, without a doubt, is shemai with farata.
Yeah.
So, you know, even like finni, we have that on occasions as well. So yeah, we do like to have a variety. Of stuff.
And do you pre-make that in advance and freeze it, or do you just make it a couple of days before?
Oh no, it will be like a production line.
Yeah.
You know, you have to try and get it done, you know, a week before or something. So
Yeah. Because I remember years ago, and I'm sure you remember that though, when sort of like we were in this country, we didn't ever used to sort of like make frozen stuff.
Yeah.
You know, our mums, I remember, they'll be slaving throughout the whole night making the handesh. Can you remember that?
I've got work the next day. You can't do that.
I know. But they used to do that. They used to make the handesh bread, then they used to go on to the kurma pulao and all that stuff. But now it's sort of like, thank goodness for like the big freezers that we have in our houses, I suppose.
Yeah, it's a nice time.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it. I like getting festive.
Yeah.
And trying to get my daughters involved as well, because whatever I've learnt through my mum, I want to pass it down, and hopefully, you know, they'll remember it as well.
Absolutely, the tradition must carry on.
Yeah, definitely.
There's no Eid without the traditional shemai and farata and handesh boreis there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, let the legacy carry on, I suppose. And what's the traditional dawati menu like at your household?
It's very traditional. It will be, you do have your akhni pulao, your fish curries, matenga is always there, and a bazi. But it's always with the roast, chicken roast and stuff. So we do have the big shebang. Brilliant. So you don't sort of like none of this, like you know, because at times some people like always goes, oh, there's a couple of like curries, and let's introduce a lasagna or something. Oh no, if it's going to be Bengali food, it's Bengali food.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if it's not a dawat where it's not Bengali food, then you could do whatever you want, really.
Yeah. And you know, I suppose like you know with things like lasagnas and shepherd's pies and whatever you make, right? Is it with the Bangladeshi twist?
There's always garam masala in everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We still have to add a few spices in.
Yeah, add a few chilies here and there.
Yeah, definitely.
See, you're a woman of my thinking here. And so what's your favourite curry?
It changes sometimes, like especially like in the winter months. I do enjoy a good, like a lamb curry or a chicken curry. But in the summer months, I like it becomes more like dals, borthas, satnis, that type of thing. I like to be light and fresh and have fish curries and stuff. So I do like my shutki as well. You know, my borthas and birans and stuff. So
So all Bengals. What's your favourite fish?
Gual or air mas.
Really? I would have thought yours was Elisha mas.
Too many bones. That's my husband's favourite.
Is it? Elisha mas with muki.
Yeah.
And what's your favourite Bangladeshi vegetable?
Oh, there's too many.
Is there?
There's too many to pick. I do like muki.
Yeah,
I do like muki and khodus. And
do you do any harvesting in your garden?
I'm not green-fingered, unfortunately, no. I try not to. I just go local produce, you know, whatever I can find in the supermarkets.
Shops. Yeah. No, that's good. And are your family very hands-on with cooking?
My husband does a good egg fried rice when I'm off to work for the kids. My daughter, bless her, my eldest daughter, she likes to cook and bake a lot. So so they do like it. And obviously my mum, she cooks a lot.
Oh, that's good then. So stuff like, you know, I suppose your daughter and your husband helps you around the house when you're doing a big batch of cooking.
Oh, I try and get them to, I get my daughter to do the tedious jobs of garlic and ginger and peel the onions. I thought that's when I started. So
you're like me then. You actually, stuff like you actually get the fresh ginger and garlic from the shop.
Of course.
Yeah, because they're also, you know, you get the frozen stuff as well.
Well, you know, you got to have an emergency stash as well. But fresh is always best. Yeah,
especially when you're doing a bagar to a torhari, you know.
Yeah, fresh I like to use more.
Yeah, brilliant. So sort of like, and obviously sort of like, when was the last time you went to Bangladesh?
2017.
Yeah, did you do any cooking over there?
No.
I suppose you were waiting on her, you know. Sort of like, how did you find the food over there?
It was delicious. It was really nice. Nice, because it's fresh, isn't it?
It is.
It's a different taste.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, brilliant. And so there's a lot of people who get the inspiration from you applying to MasterChef.
Yeah.
What's the application process at the moment for people?
You just apply online. They're advertising to apply. You just apply online, and there's a deadline. You just make sure you get your application in.
Yeah.
And then you just, if you get a phone call, you get a phone call.
Yeah, like the way you did.
I got one when I was shopping.
When you were shopping with no eggs, otherwise that would have been a big omelette.
They are actually like, it's an application process right now. So if you want to do it, don't hold back. You've got nothing to lose. So
yeah. And so what are your plans now after MasterChef? Because you did sort of like mention a bit about cooking with younger children.
Yeah, I would like to, just to see how it goes. At the moment, I'm enjoying home cooking and experimenting with food. But I'd like to do, to teach younger children, or even like cooking classes I'd love to do. But eventually, I'd like to have my own recipe cookbook. That's what I'm working towards.
That's really good. Yeah. So are you writing one at the moment?
I'm just gathering my recipes together. It's quite difficult when you're trying, but writing a few things down. So hopefully one day I'll have a cookbook ready.
Yeah. And do you sort of like actually make any of your own spices, or do you just buy them?
I think because growing up, I've always seen my mum make her own garam masala. Every household's got their own twist, haven't they, of what they use. So I do try and make my own as well. Yeah. Even our curry mixes, you mix a few together and then it's your own, isn't it? Yeah. I think every Bengali house has got their different ways of doing it. So there's no right or wrong way.
No, there isn't. No.
It's
It's
just
your
the way
own way.
it is. Yeah, yeah, it's just the way it is, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Any messages to our audience out there, and like, you know, our MasterChef audiences out there that you'd like to inspire? Obviously, because you're an inspiration now.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Don't hold back, like I said. And if you want to follow your dreams, just follow it, and whatever is in your destiny will happen for you. But don't feel as if you can't do anything, because anything is possible.
Brilliant. That's a fantastic message. Now, we are nearing the end of our programme.
Okay.
But before I end, I've got a couple of questions for you. These are quick questions, okay? And remember, there's no right or wrong answers to these. So, guys, everybody out there, I don't want you to think that's of like, I don't want the whole internet to blow up with like, you know, all these, oh, this is wrong and this is right. So these are sort of like, I suppose these are answers belonging to your own part of Bangladesh where you come from.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I'm going to like ask you, is it nun or lobon?
Oh my gosh, lobon. Yeah.
Hutki or shutki?
Hutki.
Dim or enda?
Dim.
Fushka or panipuri?
It's fushka.
Nunor bora or nun gora?
Nunur bora.
Fota bella or sehri?
Fotabala.
Yeah. And last but not least, and this is the controversial one, and I'm sure internet's going to blow up over this because it always blows up when somebody mentions it. This is a very controversial one, by the way. Is it fulab or fulau?
Well, I say fulab. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but yeah.
Yeah, I know. I say fulab as well, but there are some people out there who would say fulab.
Okay.
Look, listen, you've been a great guest here
thank
today,
you so much.
and I really enjoyed talking to you today.
Yeah.
And you know, thank you for all the hints and tips that you've given us, and thank you for sharing your experiences with us on MasterChef. Everybody enjoyed listening to you, and you know, thank you very much for attending and talking to me, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much too. Yeah, it's been a wonderful experience.
Brilliant.
Coming here.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of our programme. I hope you enjoyed it. Please keep tuned in, stay tuned in onto BEONTVUK UK via Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and I think we're also on TikTok as well. So until next time, Assalamu alaikum, take care and see you all later. Thank you, bye.